Alrighty, yep. More Warframe because I still need to get Noko for Subsume on my list. Anyway, I've been taking college classes for about 4.5 years now. I graduate in 4 weeks and I am both looking forward to it and am also terrified. I finished high school in spring of 2021 and it was a chill time. The high school days were easy, I never had to study, I always got my homework done during study hall, grades were straight A's with no worries at all, no questions ever came to mind. I loved it, except for having to wake up at 6 a.m, that was awful. Also, school days were like 7 hours long, so it was a slog to get through. But it was rather stress-free and I never had to think about my future. With my high school graduation coming up though, it was time to think about what to actually do with my future, which was tough because I never thought about it before and I also didn't know and still don't know what jobs are out there. I can list off some basic ones, of course, but I'd probably struggle to list 10 career jobs. Better yet, good luck of actually thinking of something that I want to do. It's hard to know what I like when all I do is play games, watch YouTube videos, and do schoolwork, which is stuff not even all that related to career findings, because it's all general education stuff. Cool, I can do 2 plus 2, but where am I actually going to do 2 plus 2? That's a stupid example, because counting and basic math is a part of life itself, and not so much certain jobs, but I can't think of a more advanced math example. So with being on my computer all the time, my parents recommended that I get into computer science because hey, just because I spent a lot of time at a computer totally meant that I'd be good at and enjoy coding, right? But I went with it because it felt like I had no other options. Parents did not pressure me, I just genuinely had no idea what else to do. So I graduate high school, easy peasy lemon squeeze me, and then back to the coal mines for the summer. By that, I mean going back to work at my summer job, which is a restaurant. Fall comes, I've got some college prep out of the way, you know, basic applications and joining, and it was time to start my first year. What I was doing was a general transfer, so the first 2 years of college are pretty much general education. It did have some nice benefits with providing me with an associate's degree and also some decent scholarship money, so I'm not swimming in debt, but rather trying to walk through a pond of debt. The first year was pretty chill, honestly. It felt like more of high school. We got some math, some science, some reading and writing, and some extra miscellaneous classes. Just felt like all the classes could have been taught at high school. I think I had 1 or 2 coding classes and that was it, which was the start of my worry. But it was great to not have to wake up at 6 a.m, not spend as much time in class. However, there was more homework time. If high school was 7 hours of classes a day and like 30 minutes of homework, college was 4 as oh gosh, I'm so burpy right now, I don't know why. College was 4 hours of classes a day and 4 hours of homework, but I got through it. First year goes by, not much issue, grades are looking good, and I got a sick 5-week winter break, which was amazing. This continues through my second year, and I had a physics class, which I was intimidated by at first because I always heard people say that physics is hard, but I got an easy A. Funny little story though is that for the final exam there was 2 types, one for the lower level class which I was in and one for the advanced class. I never took advanced classes because why bother with making things harder if it doesn't even amount to anything beneficial really, but I take the exam and get a 45%, which scared me because it was so out of the ordinary as I had not failed anything since like 2nd grade. Turned out I used the Scantron sheet from my exam while answering questions from the advanced exam. So that got sorted out and I think I got a 93%, much better. Oh, also there was one class about the study of cultures, I forget what it's called, let me look it up. Anthropology, that's right, yeah, screw that class. I got a B, but it was the most boring work ever. Anyway, finished those 2 years and it's time to transfer, but I was worried. I took maybe 3 or 4 coding classes at most during that time, all a different language too, so it felt like I still knew nothing about computer science, and I'm 2 years deep at this point. It's stressing me out to still feel like I know nothing, but I try to pass it off. Oh, it's okay. I'll learn everything I need once I transfer to another college. I transfer over with my associate's degree, nice little bonus scholarship for taking the transfer program, and oh boy, this is where it all started to go downhill. I take my classes, things are starting well for the most part, good grades, but I get to the second project of a Java class and I fail it. It was about a 49% and I spent hours on it. I knew it wasn't 100% good because I mean it didn't get the desired output, but I thought the rest of it and the methods used were good enough for an okay grade at the least. Nope. Not the case, but it's alright, just a one-time fluke and I failed the next one too. Oh, at this point I was stressed out because I'm not used to failing like this. I also felt too deep to turn back. What do I do though? I'm not used to having to get help. I had to ask some questions in a previous class for help on some JavaScript code and what does the teacher do? Basically give the answer because the heck else is she supposed to do? Coding is not something that's easy to help out with. It's either you understand it or you don't. It's a different kind of learning. It's not all memory like some other classes. It's application and adaptation as well. And also just dealing with crappy software. But the next and final project I at least get a B and I end the class with a B. Somehow. I really don't know how. First semester is over and phew-wee, I'm in for a journey. At the time of this, it would be late 2023 when I finished my first semester at this transfer college, and this was around the start of the AI takeover. I continue on with the semesters, getting A's and B's with the occasional C. I got a C in a class about using assembly language, which I'm happy about because I did not understand that class at all. But as I'm going through these semesters, I'm constantly thinking, man, this is not much coding. When I was first starting computer science back in 2021, I was expecting it to be about 80% coding, but no, it's more like 15% coding and 85% writing essays, so it feels like. So here I am now, about to graduate and still not having a clue about how to code for computer science. On top of all this, there's the AI takeover I mentioned earlier, where it's been rough for coders to get jobs because companies cream their pants over the thought of using AI. And there's also the perpetual cycle of you can't get a job because you don't have experience, but you can't get experience because you can't get a job. My time through college was also a little depressing at moments, stressing over my future along with not having any enjoyment in the moment, no games that I want to play, no vids that I want to watch, just absolutely nothing that I want to do. It led to me going outside and even just sitting on the porch contemplating my life. Sometimes I'd even go to bed early at 8 p.m. so I can be asleep and at least have the joy of not knowing I exist. I've been a bit better this year though. I started making YouTube videos, which has been enjoyable so far and something I look forward to daily. I mean, I started that 2024, but I continued it this year. Even if the views are almost non-existent, it still is nice to do and I still have fun with it. I stopped twice during it. The first time was I just got burned out of just doing a playthrough of Fallout. Also, it was rough trying to make vids while working for the summer. Second time was that I didn't know what to upload. Also, work started again, so I stopped and put it on the back burner. But this time I've been more consistent, almost uploading daily and doing whatever I want to, whenever I want to. I've been working on the Hollow Knight playthrough, but not uploading it daily so I don't burn myself out. Anyway, college is coming to a close for me here soon, and I don't know where my life is going, but I've made it my goal to upload videos daily. If by some chance you've come across this video in my channel, thank you. Hope you enjoy the content that I have to bring. I'm not very talented or funny, so you're not going to see high quality content here like all the good YouTubers, but I'll be here daily. I think that's about all I've got to ramble about today. See ya on whatever I do next.